English grammar learning class. Today I am going to speak about formal letters. Formal letters are the letters we are writing to official bodies. The format of a formal letter. Let us go through the format. First of all, you have to write the self-address, and this is followed by date on which we are writing the letter. Next, leave a line, come to the margin, you can write to address. This is the address of the officer to whom we are sending this letter. Later, you can write the salutation, sir or madam, followed by a comma. Here, while writing the to address, we have to concentrate on certain points. How can we easily write a to address? Let us see. For example, write a letter to the assistant engineer of electricity board complaining about the frequent failure of electricity. If this is the question, how can we make the to address? First of all, we have to go through the first line. Write a letter to the assistant engineer of electricity board. To whom you have to write a letter to whom? The assistant engineer. So that is what we have to write in the first line. At least 3 lines you have to make. In the first line, to whom? Write a letter to the assistant engineer. So that you have to write the assistant engineer. T should be capitalized. The assistant A should be capitalized. Engineer E also should be capitalized. Next we have to write the name of the office on which he is sitting. Write a letter to the assistant engineer of the electricity board. So that is what we have to write. The electricity board. Another example. Write a letter to the manager of a mobile shop. We have to write to the manager. So in the first line, the manager. Second line, what will you write? We have to write the name of the mobile shop. The Bajaj Electronics, the Samsung mobile shop. If there is no particular name is mentioned in the question, you can write an imaginary name. Write a letter to the principal of a college. Write a letter to whom? The principal. So in the first line, the principal, T capital, P capital. The principal of a school, the principal. Next line, the principal of a college name of the college should be written. The St. Gregorius College, the St. Albert College. Otherwise, one imaginary college name, XY Brilliance College, whatever you can write. The third line, you have to write the place where the institution or where the office is located, situated. Place. So in such a way you can write the to address. Next you have to write sir or madam, or a comma after the salutation is mandatory. Next we can go through the body of the letter, You can use 3 paragraphs in the body of the letter. The first one is an introduction. While making the introduction, you have to understand one thing, that first of all we have to introduce ourselves, because the officer to whom you are writing the letter may not know who you are. So a self introduction is very much necessary in a formal letter. I am Your full name you can write after this. I am P. Bhaskar, comma, where you are living, a resident of XY colony. Next you can write one or two sentences about our topic. I wish to draw your kind attention towards a serious problem faced by the residents of our locality. Enough. First paragraph you can write in such a way. Now the second paragraph. That is the purpose. What complaint we have to make or what we have to convey to the officer, that should be written in details in the next paragraph. That is the main paragraph. This, if we can take for an example, write a letter to the assistant engineer of electricity board complaining about the frequent failure of electricity. Then what you have to write? There are more than 500 families living in our colony. There are a lot of employees and students. They have to go to their offices as well as schools on time. And you can write what are the possible problems one person may face due to the power supply failure. That should be mentioned here in details, but briefly. In the last paragraph, you can request him once again to take a serious action against your problem. I kindly request you to consider the issue seriously and find a solution of the problem at the earliest. Now you can conclude. Yours sincerely, followed by a comma. Later you can put your signature here and write your full name. This is the format of a formal letter or an official letter. Write a letter to the assistant engineer of electricity board complaining about the frequent failure of electricity in your locality. Now let us find out how we can write this letter. First of all, self-address, colony name, other city name, you can write here, and this is followed by date. Date should be written in such a manner, and this is followed by salutation, sir, comma, or madam, comma. So if you are writing the subject, you can place the subject here. After the salutation, you can write the subject. Here I did not write the subject. Direct I am going to write the body of the letter. So I am full name. What is your full name? That should be written here. Sometimes you can see a name in the question paper. If it was so, you have to write that name mentioned in the question paper here. I am Ajay Kumar in details, comma, a resident of ABC colony. I write this letter to complain about a serious problem faced by the residents of our locality. This is the introduction. Now, what is the problem, serious problem faced by the residents? That should be written in detail, but briefly in the second paragraph. There are more than 500 families living in our colony. Most of them are employees and school or college students. The frequent power failure affects them very badly as they are unable to attend their office in time. It also affects the agriculture. If this system continues, the farmers will face a heavy financial loss. Many of them may commit suicide. And some similar problems you can write here, and then you can conclude your letter. So I humbly request you to consider the issue seriously and find a solution of the problem at the earliest. Later, subscription, yours sincerely or yours faithfully, signature, and your full name including initials or surnames should be written here. Don't put a full stop after the name. Finished. So I hope that you understood the video. If you like the channel, please like, subscribe and share. All the best.